Tonight, BSCDA TV bring you the second and final instalment from our visit to Wainman Racing HQ. We talked to Frankie Wainman Jr. about his new shell car and plans for this year. Plus, we chat to two drivers who have massive plans for the 2022 season.
So, Frankie, we're here. We've come today. One of the main reasons is to talk about your new shell car that's hopefully going to be on track for 2022. Your last shell car you built 2016, debuted at Kings Lynn. That was quite a number of years ago. Is that why you've kind of gone for a new shell car for this coming season?
Yeah, I think so. I just wanted to build something a bit different, a bit nice. Obviously, I've had the other one quite a few seasons now when you look at it. But yeah, I wasn't going to build it, and then I got a few ideas of what I wanted to do and looks-wise, and I thought, yeah, you know, it keeps me busy on the night, so I just get on with it. So yeah.
So your last shell car, right? When it came out, it was different. It looked different, and people, totally. Absolutely. I think you wanted that. And it was really successful. Are you going? I mean, we kind of started. Are we going something different this time as well? Then is it going to be, or will it be
slightly, but nothing like as extreme as what them were? Success-wise, I'm hoping. Really are hoping. I don't think I could do what the other one did, to be honest. I mean, that's just one of them things that only ever happens every now and then, and you know, with a new car, there's plenty of people tried it and it doesn't happen, but it did for me that day. But but we'll see. It should be on pace, I think.
So if you think back to 2021, you know, Tom and Ryan were possibly the quickest on shale, and you were up there at times. Have you kind of gone, I want to beat them on shale? And
definitely.
Is that why this has come round?
Part have to do with that. I mean, obviously, you know, we need to spend a lot of money on tyres and stuff to keep up with them lads, you know, because they do spend a lot of money on tyres, but we're just going to have to do it. And, you know, I enjoy this shale. The tarmac racing's got real expensive on tyres, which I'm probably going to back off a little bit and just concentrate on the shale a little bit more, because I do enjoy it. Obviously with the Ipswich World Final I'll have to make a bit of effort later in the year, but you know, it's just one of those things. The shale, I'm not saying you can get away with a bit more, but if you don't put 3 new tarmac tyres on a meeting, you might as well just stop at home.
Right, okay.
That's the difference. You know, if I go to a tarmac meeting and I'm on old tyres, I'm not in the top 6, and everybody wants to know why. That is why. You know, do you spend another £350 per meeting just on tyres? If you can't afford it, just stop at home.
Because the problem you've got, I guess, in some respects, is that you're Frankie Wainman Jr. and people expect you to be either winning or top 3 every single race you go into.
If I go to a meeting and I'm not in the top 4 or 5, they want to know why, and I get that, but sometimes I just want to go and drive around, you know what I mean? I'm not shale, you know, I'll get in the best of them, but obviously on tarmac now, because it's so precise and nobody makes mistakes, if you're not on it every race with good tyres on, you're not getting in the top 3.
I thought the other day, because it came up on my Facebook memories about motorsport with attitude, and I spoke to Matt Newsom there, and we were talking about tarmac racing and how difficult it is now. Say at Skegness, at the back of the grid, you've got 34 other cars in front of you that have always got good or same time,
sometimes better.
Absolutely. It's difficult.
Totally, 100%, and obviously the amount of testing a lot of drivers do now. They're up to speed. You know, years and years ago, people didn't go testing, so obviously if you were racing week in, week out, you always had a bit of an edge, but now they're going testing every week, lots of them. And like I said, they've got as good a tackle, if not better, from the front of the grid, so of course you're going to struggle to catch them, and it has come apparent now, and obviously that's why you've got to be right on the game to be doing the winning. So
looking at the calendar for 22, it is predominantly shale, isn't it? I think it is kind of weighted towards shale, so I guess.
There's the odd tarmac meeting dotted here and there, but obviously I do enjoy the tarmac, don't get me wrong, and usually I am quick, you know, when I go out there, but it has just got that it's that critical, shockers and tyres, it just, you know, it's hard work.
And have you decided on a colour scheme yet?
No, not yet, no. I'm sort of hoping that Steve's back to to fitness. He hasn't done anything since Ennisford, but he said he's hoping he can get back. He hasn't done a thing since he crashed at Ennisford, so
poorly, wasn't
I'm hoping he's hoping to be painting the start of next month, so just only a couple of weeks, so hopefully I want him to do it. He always looks after me, so
So we've kind of got a shell car that's getting there. Is it for the start of the season, or
I haven't decided yet? Possibly. I set off to build it, just and I kind of got a bit giddy as I got on with it, and I was coming up late at nights and doing bits because I really like the bits we've been doing to it. Me, because I spent a lot of time on the design of it and the angles and stuff, and I've sort of got a bit keen now, and obviously I'm kind of pushing a little bit. Obviously I've got customer cars I've got to get out that they want to get back over to Holland to get ready for the start of the season. But yeah, I'm pushing on this a little bit. So
what's happened to the old shell car? Is that still here, or is it sold? Or
it's still outside in a container. So probably just wants a little bit of tinkering. It's ready for King's Lynn, to be honest. And at the end of the season, it was quick. There's nothing wrong with it. It just, I wanted a bit of a change, and I said to move on a bit and keep freshening things up a bit, really.
So potentially you will sell it, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's Frankie's got his new shell car, Phoebe's happy with hers. So yeah, he don't want to sit there. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd like to sell it as a complete unit and then get myself a new engine, and try and get my engine a little bit better. So yeah.
Okay, so let's think about last year. So were you frustrated, I guess, that you were not you didn't win the world, and did you enjoy the season? Was it kind of what you wanted?
Yeah, kind of. I enjoy all of them, to be honest. I enjoy going with kids, the bits that the kids do, and obviously Frankie got his cars sorted for end of season, so he's looking forward to next season. It's a long old job getting, so we're on with a new one for Phoebe as well, so we'll have sort of 6 cars on the go. So it is a big undertaking. I've managed to get all the engines up together, so it's taken a while, but obviously to come out of minis and have no cars, to get them 2 each, it's kind of a big upheaval, really. So we've managed to get Frankie a new shell car built, which was going real well till he smashed it up at Odsel, ripped it in bits, and then it hadn't gone right since. But we think we've found out why now. So he's a bit excited for next year. Obviously he got his tarmac car ready for end of season. That's all ready to go. So yeah, he's quite keen and ready to go. So
you did. You started, I think, last year with the hire cars.
Yeah.
Is that the plan again this year?
Yeah. Obviously, these cars I've wheeled and dealed over years and got together, and I've got quite a few people back in. Yeah. James Morton's been out and bought a car now, but he's still doing a bit with me on Shale, and we're looking after the tarmac car for him as well. So what me and Matt have done, it's fetching a lot of people in it for definite. There's not many that come in and don't like it, and I've never even come across one yet. But to the point of them going out and buying a car, it's brilliant for the job. It keeps everything going, and me and Matt have done really well at that.
So like you say, like James Morton, is that a car that you're going to have and look after?
Yeah, he's going to do it up here.
Yeah.
And we're going to look after it together. I've known Pete, his dad, for donkey's years. We go back a long way. And it's funny because he sort of wanted James to just have a go, really, last year, odd meeting, and the sort of first meeting he did, there was people saying hello to him from years ago, and he just really enjoyed it, because it was like, he's been racing Legends, which I don't think is the same sort of social side. They sort of each keep themselves to themselves, and he come back to stock cars and everybody's right, Pete. And he's like, geez, everybody. I said, well,
he raced a long time. I remember racing at Bradford. First time
he raced for a lot of years. Then obviously he's always been about, but he sort of disappeared to Legends for God knows how many years, and he's come back, and obviously James had done the Legends, and then he's had a go in the ones, and he had a win at Skegness, and he's a good little driver, so he's got potential to be all right. So they've been out and bought a tarmac car, they bought the Richard Bryan car, and I say he's keeping it here to do the tarmac, and then he said the other night they want to do a bit of share with the hire car as well, so you're just enjoying themselves, really, doing what they want to do.
Well, you're right. I think you mentioned you're doing it, Matt's doing it, and I think it's a big investment and commitment to go, I want to race Formula stock cars, I'm going to go and buy one. So actually, you just go and try it, and then you get people into the sport.
Yeah, Jack Ryan's just the same. He raced with me all last season. He's been out and bought the John Owen car, for when he gets his knee operated on. I don't know if he's doing next year, but the year after. Yeah, no, it is. I have another lad coming out related to the Saloon family, the Barnes. He's doing quite a lot of meetings next year. Same again, they didn't want to go out and buy a car because they've got nowhere to look after it, blah de blah, so they're going to do a season and then see how they get on, and maybe look at buying one for the year after, and again make it to look after it, to take it for them. So
good.
Yeah, no, it's...
So you're busy, so you've got your car, and then over my shoulder there's like 2 other brand new cars sat there ready for customers. So you've got a busy winter ahead of you. We'd like to talk about these.
Yes.
I think we are.
Yeah,
who are these for?
That's yellow Teslas, and obviously Neil's Teslas.
Yeah.
They're Tesla boys. They were going to have 2 end of season, then they never sold their cars.
Yeah.
And then obviously all of a sudden they did sell their cars because everything at the end of the season just sold. Anything went on for sale, it just sold. So we were building Yellies back in November, and then obviously I had a phone call. Neil's has sold his. We need another one, so we fired another one together. Got them both up to speed, and yeah, these should go sort of ready to paint over to Holland, and then they're going to fire them together and finish them off.
Yeah.
But they're good lads, really good lads.
And is there plan to come and race a bit more in the UK this year?
Yeah, they want to do a lot more in England, I've said. Obviously, Yelly's done a lot anyway, but Niels wants to do a bit.
Yeah.
Niels is always a bit quiet. Yelly's quite loud. And you don't hear Niels in the background. Niels is the youngest one, but obviously, since they've been over a couple of weekends helping, and we've got on really well with them. They're really good lads. I love working with them. So.
But to me, this is like almost a huge news story for Formula One stock cars.
Yeah.
You've got 2 young Dutch guys that are going, I want to commit to
come over here,
and race, and and they're good as well.
They're not coming over to take part. They're they're winning races. Beat some finals, and obviously, I don't know how they go on. The 4 brothers that race, a dad and I think there's an uncle races. Do you know what I mean? It's worse than us. I mean, I at least have 2 kids. They've got 4 that race, but they just love it. They work and work and work. They pay for a lot of it themselves. The dad just loves the racing. I think he's still going to race a little bit, but he's taking a little bit of a back seat. So obviously, Yelly and Niels are doing really well. When they come over here, they're winning all the time. Winning races.
Yeah,
so he's got to be proud for them. They love coming over. I'm not sure how many they're planning on doing. Yeah. But they've said they want to do quite a few. They'll probably leave the cars, the bus.
Okay.
Like they did last year sometimes. They just fly home and fly back. It's a lot easier, a lot cheaper, obviously. They're going to do some in Holland as well, as they've trying to tee up for me and the kids to go over and do a bit over there as well. So
we were up at the Wainman farm last weekend, and Yelly now said, thank you very much for kind of joining us tonight, because you couldn't make it at the weekend. The plan was for you to be there, but unfortunately the weather played a bit of a part.
Yeah, the plan was coming over on Friday, but there was a big storm, so we cannot make it.
No.
So we will come, I think this weekend or maybe the next weekend to fix the cars then.
Yeah. Okay, so we wanted to talk to you because I think perhaps one of the biggest news stories so far this year is the plans that you two have got for the 2022 season. Do you want to just share with everybody what they are?
Yeah, the plan is racing on the UK lines, on the UK license this year, and trying to do the European Championship, the British Championship. That's the plan, and doing some good meetings over here also.
Okay, because you both sold your cars, haven't you? So yours has gone to John Dawson, Yelly, and I think Neil's has gone to Tom Brown. Yeah, Tom Brown. So both cars have gone. So what's the plan for cars?
Frank is building us 2 new ones, exactly the same ones. So maybe I can beat him now.
Are they exactly the same? Because when we were talking to Frank, he said they were slightly different. No?
No, exactly the same. Just Niels is a bit taller than me, so his cabin is just a little bit higher. That's it.
Okay, perfect. So you said you're registering as UK drivers. So have you? I guess you've kept your number, Yelly. Is that right?
No, mine is still 410, but Niels changed his number.
Okay.
But it's not.
It's 418 just now.
That's a nice number. I like that number, Niels. It's a good number.
I can't use the editor one.
No, because we stop at like 5 something, don't we?
Yeah, and the 418 is nearly the same as 410, so that's nice.
Yeah. And also, if you like wreck your car, do you know what I mean? It's very similar numbers, isn't it? And you can just use Niels as. Yeah. So you're having 2 new cars built by Frankie at the farm, and are you guys kind of going over to help with the builds?
Yeah, we have been there 2 or 3 times now, helping him out with welding, sorting steel and all that stuff, fitting the seats, fitting the pedals, and yeah, just learning and learning.
Okay, and is the design very much Frank's design, or is it kind of you put your own ideas into it?
A lot of Frank's, but also a bit of us.
Yeah. Okay. And you said you like, we spoke last year, you really enjoy racing in the UK. And so is it kind of a full season in England then? That's what you're aiming for pretty much?
Now we're trying to come over as much as we can, but we can't come over every weekend,
Yeah,
But
of
we will
course.
try as much as we can.
But that is a huge commitment, isn't it? Is the bus and stuff going to stay over here and you just kind of like fly over? I know Niels did that the last King's Lynn, sort of flew over.
Yeah, we have done it a couple of times last year, but we have to fix the cars by ourselves.
Yeah.
So then we have to come over on Friday morning, fixing the cars, racing Saturday, and then going back home on Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the attraction of the UK then, as opposed to Holland? Why is the desire to come over here and race?
Yeah, I do like. How do I say that? I just like how they use the bumper and that stuff. I just like it. And they're all when we come on the track, everyone says hello and helping us out, and that's a lot of different over here.
Yeah. Is that the same for you as well, Niles? Sort of similar
Yeah.
sort of feeling towards the UK?
I like the hard races over there. Yeah, I like how to use the bumper over there. It's better than Holland, and
Yeah.
it's still faster over there.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. And I think both of you were a real addition to the meetings we had last year. Certainly you, Yella, the World Final meeting, you won driver of the, one of the drives of the year at the BSCDA Awards for the World Final meeting. You won the final, you're third in the national. I think people certainly appreciate, the entertainment that you're both providing.
Yeah. We always trying to win, but sometimes we are fast enough to win any races also, and that's making the trip over definitely worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you talked about the championships. I guess so for both of you, what are your sort of aims and goals for the new season? What you're wanting to achieve?
The only thing I just want to do is the British Championship.
Yeah. Bradford. You like Bradford, yeah?
Yeah, and as a Dutch driver, you can do the British normally. So that's why we got an UK license now.
Yeah.
And the World Final on tarmac, I don't mind really. And he was just like Shale also, so.
Yeah. So it's very much a shale focused season for the pair of you.
Yeah. We have got a tarmac car, but my oldest brother Dennis is using it, so we don't have a choice.
Just steal it. He wouldn't know, maybe. I don't know. Just when he's not looking.
Yeah. Stealing it, yeah.
So I guess before we sort of leave you to your evening, is there any sort of meeting from last season that particularly stood out for you, that you enjoyed the most?
Yeah, I think I have to say the World Final meeting.
Yeah.
The car was just bloody fast, and Niels was the fastest driver in the time trials, and I think we did really good.
Yeah. And I guess so Bradford, you've both been at King's Lynn, Sheffield. Have you got a favourite British track?
I think Bradford for me.
Yeah.
Bradford or King's Lynn.
Yeah.
I do like all of them, but I've got the most of luck on Bradford at the moment, so I have to say Bradford.
Yeah, and it's a brilliant stadium, isn't it, Bradford? It's a huge kind of like ball of a place, and I think it's fantastic for stock cars to be there.
Yeah, it's nice, and they're doing a lot of change over the winter now.
Yeah,
I've seen some pictures, and it looks very, very good, and I'm definitely looking forward to come over there as well again.
Yeah, and it's not too far from Frank's either. So when you get down the Friday, it's just like half an hour down the road, isn't it, to get to Bradford? So it's better than King's Lynn, which is a long way from there.
Yeah, definitely. That's
it. Before I leave you, obviously, is anybody you'd like to thank? Because you can't do all this by yourselves, can you? I'm sure you've got people in the background that are very much helping and supporting you.
Yeah, definitely. All the mechanics. Gary always helping us out when we come over. Neil and Kerry to park the bus and the cars. Yeah, everyone join the team every time we're going over. Yeah, sponsors, everyone, really everyone. I can't thank them all enough.
It is very different, isn't it? Like I say, it's a huge commitment for you guys to come over, and I guess you need that support both at home and in England to help you race. You couldn't do it on your own.
No, definitely not. Everything needs to be right. The car, the driver, everything, and you can't do it all by yourself.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for your time this evening. It's great that you're having 2 brand new cars. B, that you're registering as British drivers, and C, you've kind of got a clear commitment to the season and want to sort of win those championships. So it looks like we're going to have a fantastic season in Formula 1 stock car racing this year. So, and great that you're part of it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We will try the best this year again, and we will see.
Yeah. So that's my last. I guess the thing is, when are the cars going to be ready? Do you think?
I'm not sure. I've just said I don't have a plan when I want to race. I just want them nice and just once. Everything is new, so I want it just nice and good.
Yeah.
So
I suppose it's something you can't rush it, can you? Do you know what I mean? It's got to be right, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I think it will be done end of March, and then we will see.
Yeah, that's all right. It's a bit warmer then as well to go stock car racing once you get into April, isn't it?
It's better.
Thank you so much for your time this evening, the pair of you, and see you at some point this year. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
That's perfect. But like I say, it's fantastic. And I think you've got Teslas that are doing it. But why do you think at the minute there's so much interest in Formula 1? Because there is, isn't there? Like you're saying, cars go for sale.
There's nothing for sale. Everything that's gone for sale has just been bought. I don't actually know the answer to that. It's good. It's really good. Like I said, everybody's interested. I mean, last year it was a cracking season. I thought. I really did. And there was a lot of different people racing. People coming in, a lot of old names coming back, and it had such a vibe about it. And every meeting, even the so-called quiet meetings at Ennisford, 54 cars. Who would have ever seen that? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
They want to race, so people want to race. So obviously, you know what I mean. It's there, isn't it? And
I mean, Sophie was telling me on the way up about the number of people that are wanting to come in from Formula 2 or saloons.
Formula 2s. I mean, I know of 4 or 5 that have sold the 2s and bought 1s.
Yeah.
Whether it's the political side of it in the 2s or they just want to change. I know some of them are family related, where the relations have stopped racing and they've said, look, we'll help you do the 1s.
Yeah.
We'll just do the Formula 1s. And I think a lot of them aspire to do 1s a lot of the time but can't afford it. And I think some of them have just thought, no, I'm going to have a go.
Yeah.
So
you're on the committee, you're vice chairman of the committee, and I don't know much about it, but it seems the rules are quite stable at the minute. People seem quite happy with how the sport's run. Do you think that's a big reason for?
Totally, yeah. I mean, we've got a real good committee at the minute. Obviously, we try and keep things tied down a little bit to keep the expense out of it as much as we can. Yeah. Keep things stable. Stable's the word. If you're changing things every now and then, it puts people off.
Yeah.
You can buy a car now that was built God knows how many years ago, and it's right. Yeah. Nothing's to be changed, nothing's to be altered, and I think that it does have an effect on it. Obviously, we worked very hard with the fixture list. Me, Peter and Sophie worked hours on the fixture list to try and keep it half right for the drivers, if that makes sense. And it's hard work with the promoters because they'd have you racing 3 or 4 times a weekend, every weekend, and we just, the sport can't take it.
I think we struggled a bit last year, didn't we? It just seemed a bit too much at one point.
We kind of sort of knew it would be like that, but because we missed the start of the year, we thought we'd try and help the promoters a bit, if you like, because they hadn't really had much income for 18 months, had they? You know what I mean? And it was a bit of and like I said, a lot of the meetings were well turned out. So, was it hard season. I know some drivers were complaining that obviously they weren't getting weekends off, and so, which is fair enough. It is, but yeah.
Do you wish we were starting in May this year? Looking at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's warmer as well.
We'll have a
and there's a
lockdown.
storm outside. And
It's horrible. It's horrible. It is the worst thing in the world when you've had your tea and it's like 8 o'clock and it's freezing cold and snowing, and you think, get up there and get the heater on, and obviously, but yeah, since I've started doing this, I'm all right. I can zip up and get on with it.
You mentioned when we were talking at the beginning that like you may not do so many tarmac meetings and just concentrate on shell, but you know, like when we spoke quite a few times last year, you were kind of going, or before you've been, right, I'm going to cut down on meetings, I'm going to cut down, and I reckon you've got like fear of missing out syndrome, because you're always there.
Yeah, I know.
What
I never
What-
seem to be able to miss out. I don't know.
Because I remember talking to you in Northampton after the World Final, like Phoebe not gone, Frankie not gone, there's just you there on your own and your dog, and you're like, well, I've just come and slept in the truck, so I want to race.
I had a Dutch one out, didn't I?
Yeah.
And obviously, I do. I enjoy it. I can't say I don't. And obviously, you know, it's been my whole life right through. If I don't race, I just sit at home. What's the point of that? That's the way I look at it. If I'm honest, I'm not like. But you know, I've always worked my ass off to race. That's all I've done. So, you know, obviously we're doing a lot with Neil down at Benson still. Obviously you've seen the tanks and that we're doing in there. It's
Frankie showed us some great welding, by the way, earlier on.
That was mine.
No, it's his great that he did,
Yeah, he's a really good welder, actually, Frankie is. But yeah, we've got a lot of work on for them as well. But yeah, no, it's been good.
Good. So, 2022, World Final at Ipswich. Aspirationally, is it kind of same as I want every title? Is there anything you kind of set your heart on for this coming season?
I'm looking forward to the British at Bradford.
Yeah. So yellow, I bet.
Yeah, they are. They both want to do it. You know, they've asked what they've got to do. Obviously, they're planning on registering with us for the year, and they want to do everything. Obviously, they're a little bit disappointed with the Ipswich World Final because they don't do tarmac. No. But obviously, it's the year after, so they're going to concentrate a little bit on the British and just every meet. I mean, they just love racing. They love coming over. They just being involved with the meetings they did. I don't know how many meetings they did last year, probably 10 or something.
Quite a few,
which is a lot for a Dutch team, especially at the minute, because it is hard work going backwards and forwards at the minute. It is easing up a little bit, but so we're looking forward to helping them and obviously keeping them on track. So.
Before, I can't not leave without just quickly mentioning, I guess, one of the moments of last year for me, the Sheffield consolation semi-final. So epic consolation semi-final race. And I watched the clip again the other day, and it was that must have been the highlight of your season, because we didn't win any championships necessarily. But that was a huge kind of moment, wasn't it?
It was. It was one of them races. I wanted to get in to the World Final, obviously, just to be in it with the kids, for the fans and everything. But then, as the race panned out and John was going well, I just spent the whole last half of the race watching him in the mirror and just like, come on, John. And it was weird. And it was weird because, he's done so much for the sport. To be in the World Final at Odsal. That would have meant a lot to him. Forget what he's won and what he hasn't won and everything over the years. But, I don't know how many years he's planning on racing, you know what I mean? But obviously, to get into a World Final at Odsal, in front of that crowd, to have that reception, which I knew he'd get.
It was huge, wasn't it?
I mean, you don't get that in your career. There's very few people that ever get that in their career. And, he deserves that. The effort he's put in over the years, everything he's done. And I just loved it. I just thought it was absolutely brilliant. I was obviously praying mine to just keep going. You're always thinking something's going to go wrong. When you're leading a race like that, something breaks, you're out, and it's disappointing.
And it's Sheffield as well, which is kind of a bit. It's not the easiest track to kind of avoid.
And I got to the front quick, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, now what? So when I looked at the grid originally, there was a lot of good cars in it for Sheffield, and I was like, that's going to be a bit. But obviously, I got to lead on like lap 5 or something. I'm like, Jesus.
It was really early on.
And I'm like, okay. And then John's coming out, and I kind of settled to John following me a bit. I was like, just keeping him, like, come on, John, just keep coming with me. And there was nobody catching him. It was good. I really did enjoy it, because I'm not, obviously I've raced with John a lot of years, we've had a lot of battles on track, a lot. But there's a lot of respect for both of us, and I just love the fact that he got through. I really did.
No, it was one of those kind of great news stories. You can't script it, and it was
not
just
at all. And it was one of them. If the fans could have picked 2 drivers out of that whole grid to get into the World Final, one would definitely been Lundy, and I hope the other one would have been
Yeah.
me. And I thought for that to happen in a proper race at Sheffield, because John can drive Sheffield as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard track to qualify. You know, he's done his job, hasn't he? So.
But it seemed, you know that meeting, it seemed to almost spur him on a little bit, because then the Sheffield
Totally fine,
after
won the yeah. No, he's always liked Sheffield, Johnny has, and obviously, you know, he still enjoys what he's doing. You know, if he's coming out only doing a few meetings, no issue at all, just come out and do them. Johnny's, you know, everybody was worried the first meeting he did, well, is he going to be... No, he's not going to be under the feet. He's going to be John.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he'll just race how he always has.
Yeah.
And he did, and it was good to see, yeah.
Thank you very much for allowing us to come today. Thank you very much for my lunch. That's very kind.
Yeah.
Just need to sort the heating out in here.
Why?
Because it's cold.
Work faster. Work faster. We'll put the heater on, you won't hear us.
But thank you very much. Good luck with getting this finished. And it's, like I say, it's fantastic for you, for the sport, that we've got so much cars and being built, and hopefully 2022 will be a fantastic season.
I think it will be anyway. I think it'll be good.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Ta.